Okay. Hey, happy Saturday morning. Oh my gosh, July is in full swing and it's getting hot out there. Hotter, hotter, hotter. Thank you guys for joining us this morning and hanging out with us and just getting the day started off with a smile and learn a little bit more about our brows and what frames our face. So I'm just going to jump right in and talk about that because I will admit I never really was a big brow person for the longest time. Probably half of my Mary Kay career, I just didn't do much at all with my brows. I might swipe a little color through them, and that was it. And honestly, probably that first half of my career, brows really weren't a big thing, but they're a big thing now. I mean, there are brow salons. There's about a zillion ways that you can do your brows, and there's tattooing and there's threading and all kinds of stuff. So I personally don't, for me, don't like the real chiseled look. Some people, I mean, I see brows that are incredible and amazing. But what I'm going to teach this morning is just my simple way of having a clean, neat brow because brows are important. I mean, you'll see. I'm gonna actually pop me. I'm gonna spotlight my video for a second. Okay, so I have one brow done, one brow not done. And you can definitely see the difference in my eyes, and don't look at the rest of my face because I really haven't done much with the rest of my face, but it makes a huge difference. So, if they say if your eyes are the windows to your soul, then your eyebrows are the cute little curtains that are above those windows. And so we definitely need to finish them. So you can really see that this brow is finished. Obviously, this brow is not. So let's talk about brow tools, first of all. The number one brow tool, as far as I'm concerned, is our Lash and Brow Building Serum. OMG. This stuff really, really works. And I will here's the thing, a couple of tips about this product. When you're using it, you want to use it every day. You've got to be consistent using it. And it's got a little teeny tip and it's got a liquid on it. And what you're basically going to do is every night before you go to bed, you're going to put this on your brows and then you're going to swipe it right across your lash line. So just on your brows and then on your lash line every single night. Put it by your toothbrush and use your Lash and Brow Building Serum. What I've noticed, and if I get lazy, I notice my brows starting to shrink again. If I don't do it for a week or two, but it'll take about a month for you to really see a difference. You actually will go through maybe a tube, will last maybe about 2 months. And by the time you get through with the first tube, you're going to start seeing a noticeable difference in your brows if you have the incredible shrinking brow, which I did. Or if you've got thin lashes, you're going to notice a difference in the thickness and the length of your lashes. And I mean, it really, really works. So this is my number one tool. My brows really were shrinking. They probably, I mean, you can't see all of the hair that's there, but there's hair all the way down to here where really they stopped about here when I first started using it. So number one tool, Lash and Brow Building Serum. Okay, the other tools in the arsenal that we're going to talk about, just tools that I think are important when you're doing your brows, is you need this is the eyebrow eyeliner brush, and you'll notice it's got a nice little flat angled brush on the end of it, which is great if you want to even add a little bit of shadow to fill out your brows, because a lot of people do like to use shadow, and occasionally I will do that. Or if I'm in a real hurry, I might even just use eyeshadow. It's also great for eyelining. It's just a great little angled brush. And on this end is something called a spoolie. And my spoolie is a little dirty, but this is great for brushing your brows and putting those hairs in place, brushing out excess product. I mean, you've got to have one of these, not a toothbrush. You need this. So this tool And this tool, and this is a concealer or a cream eye color brush. And the reason it's specifically for that, well, it's kind of flat and it's also a synthetic brush so that it holds liquid products. So it's great for concealing around the eyebrow, which I'll teach you how to do here in just a second. So these two tools, and definitely want to have handy, I think, a Q-tip occasionally, just if you've got a little mess or a little mistake that you make. And tweezers, got to have some tweezers, got to do a little plucking every now and then, a little grooming, okay? A little tweezing. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about getting your eyebrows prepped to do your brows. For the first thing you want to do is just brush. You want to brush all the hair up, and don't forget when you're grooming your eyebrows, when you are tweezing, that you don't want to forget the top area, because there are some strays that will occasionally just plan out, you know, and you go, okay. So you want to keep both, not just the underneath, but the top away from the strays. So that's a little bit about tweezing. Okay, so we're just going to move right on into brow, and I'm going to go ahead and brush my brows up. Note that I am doing this not in a mirror. I am doing it using the computer in my mirror, so it is a little odd, but we'll work with what we've got. Okay, so, and normally I'm in front of like a massive magnifying mirror, so this is going to be a teeny bit challenging. The first thing that I like to do is outline my brow area. And a lot of people are familiar with your brow should start, if you put a pencil against your nose, your brow should start at that angle that goes up from your eye, and then it should end at the angle that goes all the way out to the outside, so that your brow should go that length. So in outlining the brow area, the first thing that I like to do, and I'm going to have to move in pretty close here, is start here at the very top corner of the brow after I've brushed them out, and I'm going to come along this edge to about the arch area, which is kind of in the middle of your eye, and I'm going to come down to the tail. So the top, and then down to the tail. And then I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to go up to the middle of the arch. So I've kind of got a bit of an X going on. I don't know if you can see, but I went from here down, and from the bottom up, and then I'm going to fill in the blanks with a line. I'm still just outlining. So I'm just going to go straight across from this top line to this line, and the same thing here. I'm going to fill in here, and then I'm going to take this top line and fill in the rest of the tail.
Teresa,
yes.
Tell us again, how did you know where to start that lower line that comes up to meet your top line?
Okay.
Is it just your natural little hairs where they begin or something?
It's this area right here, this squared off area. I'm going to go ahead and square it off because I'm going to move that in the very bottom of it.
Okay.
We start at the bottom of that and then go up. And don't worry if you get out of the line, because you're going to clean it up with concealer. So if it gets a little too heavy, so straight up, straight down, and then finish this line, fill this line in, go straight across and straight across. That way you fill that in. See how that already and I haven't filled in. I haven't done anything. The other thing that I think is crucial is not to spend too much time here. You want this to look, the beginning of your brow, you want it to look as natural as possible. This is the area that typically needs most of the work, is from the arch to the tail. So what I'm doing now is, again, when I made those lines, I kind of just drew it, but I really typically like to just do short little, when I'm connecting the dots, short little strokes down. I just overemphasized for you guys, but so I'm making short little hair-like strokes to fill in that area that I did. So an X down, an X up, fill in the tail, and then with short strokes, And what you're doing, I think the way to think about your brows is you want to sculpt first, which is what I did first. You want to fill in, and then you want to come back and highlight. And we'll do that at the very end with concealer. So right now I'm doing the fill in. And again, I'm not putting much emphasis on the first part of my brow because you don't want to you want that to look fairly natural. At least I do. I don't like it to look terribly sculpted. And we've all seen some brows that might have just been a little over sculpted. Okay, so you can see that the end of the brow, the beginning of the brow, and the arch is about over the eye. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions about that? So once I've done that, then I'm going to take my spoolie and I'm going to brush through what I just did, just to kind of get any excess product out of there. Again, I don't want it to look overly sculpted. And then the other magic tool is the volumizing brow tint. And by the way, I used the Blonde Precision Brow Liner. Should tell you what products I'm using. I use blonde. Sometimes I use dark blonde if I want it a little bit more dramatic, but because they're both, if you don't go too heavy-handed. And that's the thing, you can get a lot of shades out of one pencil just depending on how light or heavy-handed you are. But today I used the Blonde Precision Brow Pencil, and I used my little spoolie to brush it out, and now I'm using the Volumizing Brow Gel. And the key with this stuff is, you guys, when you pull it out, because it's got like a little mascara one kind of spoolie on the end of it, brush the excess out, and always start in the middle to the end of your brow. Don't start at the beginning because you'll be depositing too much product, and again, it will be too much product. Does that make sense? And so I'm just brushing through this. What this does is it kind of lifts those hairs, it adds a little volume, makes your brows look really nice and natural, and fills in any blank spots. And then I come back with whatever's left. I don't re-dip, don't double dip. And I like to kind of brush, see what I just did? Okay, when I turned the wand around, there was a little excess there. So here's where
I'm glad that happened, so you can show us how you fix it.
Exactly, because that does happen. If you turn it around and you don't get all the excess off, it's just too much at the beginning. So I'm going to take my little spoolie, come through it again, brush it up again, and then make sure I don't have too much product here. And because all I really want to do is just fill that in. Okay, to complete, because it's a little thick. So I'm going to take my concealer brush and a little concealer. And we do have a fabulous little wand on the concealer, a little doe foot applicator, but I like to just put some of the concealer right on the very edge of my brush and even tap the excess out on your hand so you just have a teeny little bit. And then you're just going to clean up right underneath the brow.
So Teresa, do you do your brows before you do your shadow then? Or
Typically,
does it really matter?
It doesn't matter to me, but typically I do some shadow, and then I finish up my entire eye after I do my brow. But like today, I put a little bit of shadow on first, and then brows are kind of the last thing typically, but then I'll go back after I finish my brows. You notice I'm just tapping with my ring finger just to blend that out, just to define that arch. And then a little teeny bit, whatever's left over on your brush, again, you're going to highlight at the very end. And this mirror is just really not the best for mirror. This is no mirror. This is a computer. Okay, but I'm getting in there kind of close so you all can see what I've done, and just do a little cleanup. And if you have a little extra left, it's not going to hurt to put a little concealer right in the middle of your eye, kind of opens your eye. And we'll do a whole nother thing on eyeshadows, and which I didn't do much of today, but that's it. It's really just define your brow first by drawing your lines, filling them in very lightly with your brow pencil, going back over it with your volumizing brow tint, and then doing a little cleanup and highlighting with your concealer. And that's it. Anybody have any questions?
Probably spraying with your makeup finishing spray to hold them, right?
Exactly. Finish your entire face with finishing spray, and you'll be good for. I mean, my brows are, once they're on all day. I mean, they don't go anywhere.
Does anybody have any questions? You're probably muted. I take the liberty of muting everybody so we don't hear background noise, but unmute yourself if you have a question. Anyone? I thought that was great. You are the master at eyebrows. I'm looking at mine going, okay, I don't do enough in that little, front little triangle.
Yeah.
So that was good.
That's good when it you just kind of angle it up and finish it without it being too sharp. Again, that's where the spoolie brush comes in. If it gets a little too angly or too sharp, just grab your spoolie brush and just kind of brush it out.
Okay, wonderful. That was great. And you did that right in half of our call. So on the rest of our time, we're going to take a peek into pink, which is what we promised on this week's call. We would be remiss as Mary Kay consultants and directors if we didn't make sure that all of our clients and friends knew a little bit about what we do and why. Because personally, it would be like a knife in my heart if I found that what we have in Mary Kay could benefit all of you. See, Sherry, I'm going to have you mute here for just a second. Teresa, can you help me with that?
Ma'am.
Okay. There we go. Got it. Okay. I was saying that it would be like a knife in my heart if I discovered that what we have in Mary Kay could have blessed you and your family and your life, and we didn't even tell you about it. So whether it's something you're looking for now or down the road, or maybe you know somebody who's been searching and maybe through this virus outbreak has lost their job and is maybe looking for something that they can quite literally do from home, then we want you to have just a little bit of information. And if there's questions, we hope that you'll follow up with us or with your consultant. So since we're taking a peek into pink, let's just take those 4 letters, P-I-N-K, and tell you what that means in Mary Kay. First of all, P stands for people and products. Obviously, we love people in Mary Kay, and we don't have a business without people. Everyone who has skin is a potential client for you, which is everybody. The girlfriends are priceless. The experiences that we have just in the sisterhood of Mary Kay are phenomenal. So we actually usually start with our family and friends, and they lead us to other people that we never would have met if it weren't for Mary Kay. But then I find that my customers actually become my friends. So it's kind of a full circle thing with the people in Mary Kay. But the products, as you all are learning every Saturday morning, more and more about our products. We have over 200 products in our line. And we are, I believe, one of the most recognized names in the whole industry. When people see a pink Cadillac, they know it's Mary Kay. When you say Mary Kay, everybody's heard of it. We've been around for 56 years, and our products are second to none. So P is for people and products. I stands for income potential, and it's big. In Mary Kay, I will share with you that when we sell our products, we make a 50% gross profit. And I say gross profit because, like with every business, you're going to have a few expenses that need to come out of that. But overall, you're making a 50% cut. You buy a cleanser for one price and you sell it for double. That is a 50% commission. So when someone buys a product from you that washes down the drain every night, that's a great thing to sell. If you sell pots and pans guaranteed for life, it's probably not a lot more opportunity to sell to that person. But in Mary Kay, we teach people how to take care of their skin. It's a product they use twice a day. They're going to run out of it. And when you take great care of them, they will be your customer for life. So the sales is a great part of our income. Then you can actually move into management if you choose to. You can do it on a small scale where you have 2 or 3 people on your team. You become a star team builder, or maybe you'd like to earn a career car. Maybe you'd like to be an elite team leader, or move on up to sales director, national sales director. Each step on the career path is just a decision, and we teach you exactly what to do to make that happen based on what you want for your life. In management, you're going to earn an additional 4 to 9 to 13% commission on your personal team members. So it never comes out of their pocket. They will always make their 50% gross commission, but from Mary Kay's profits, they will pay you as a thanks for helping them grow their business with wonderful people. Now, as a sales director, there's an additional 13% commission on the success of your entire team, and then a 10% unit bonus based on what your team does in a whole month. So it benefits you as a recruiter, as a sales director, or someone in management, to make sure that your team knows how to sell the products, because they're making more money when they're selling the product, they're happier, and you are also more successful when they're more successful. You heard me mention the car program. We have a fleet with, gosh, I've lost track. Are there like 8 cars in our fleet now? I don't know, something like that. But if you love the car that you have, you don't have to take the Mary Kay car. You can take a cash compensation every month. Most of us like the cars. It's pretty cool. When people say, hey, you got a pink Cadillac in your driveway, you say, yep, it's right out there. But based on you and what's best for your family, Mary Kay gives you a lot of choices when it comes to that career car. The prizes, the trips, star consultants, so much to add into that income potential. So that's what I stands for. N stands for nothing to lose. There's no risk in Mary Kay. There's a 90% bailout program. So if you change your mind, came into Mary Kay, got some product to put on your shelf and take care of your clients, and you decide, this isn't really what I want to do after all, you can box up the products that is less than a year old, send it back to Mary Kay, and they'll give you 90% of that investment back. Boy, I wish the college I went to be a speech pathologist and then decided not to be a speech pathologist would have given me 90% of my tuition back, but they didn't. But in Mary Kay, we believe in our company and our opportunities so much that you really only have to come up with 10% belief in yourself, because Mary Kay believes in you the other 90%. We also have a 100% satisfaction guarantee on our products. So if as a consultant you sell the products to someone, they're not happy with it, you can happily exchange that product or give them their money back, and Mary Kay will send you a brand new product. So you are never out anything. That guarantee is backed by Mary Kay, the company. There's a minimum purchase of $225 wholesale for you as a consultant to be considered active. That amount would fit in your purse. It's not a big commitment there. And as long as you place at least one order in a year, you're considered a Mary Kay consultant. Honestly, if you're not doing that, it's probably best that you're just a really happy customer. But we're going to teach you, if you will take advantage of our trainings, we're going to teach you how to sell enough product that you are profiting and ordering regularly, so being an active consultant is never even an issue. K in pink stands for kit. That's our starter kit. It's $100 plus tax and shipping for our full kit. It has over $400 in full-size products, plus business supplies, enough to get you through your very first 30 faces. It's a fabulous deal. When I joined in 1988, I think the kit was $90. So in all these years, it's only gone up 10 bucks. So $100, we've all gone to Walmart with a cart and spent way more than that. But this is a business opportunity that is affordable for everyone. Right now, Mary Kay has another couple of options where you can actually join for a $30 investment. It's called the eStart. And for $30, you have a consultant number, which allows you to order the products at wholesale and sell them at retail. It gets you a personal website for a year where people all over the place can shop online. Isn't that what we've all been doing since this whole outbreak? And it gives you the capability of charging people's credit cards so that they can order securely online. Those two things, the website and the ProPay certification, so to speak, is almost a $70 value, and you get that for $30. Then if you want, you can take the whole big kahuna, and for $130, you can have the kit with all the full-size products in it, and your samples and your business supplies, and your personal website, and your ProPay capacity for $130. So it is a wonderful opportunity, no risk at all. And since we have just a couple extra minutes, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you a little bit about my story. You'll see the picture in the top left corner. That's me back in like 1988. Diane Vaughn is on here. She knew me back then. She's probably cracking up. She remembers when I looked like that, don't you, Diane? We all looked like that in 1988, and we thought we were the hottest things. but I love the after picture just because it shows how much more confident, how I've certainly learned to do hair and makeup a little bit better over the years. And I love the picture because it is one of my Cinderella moments on the Mary Kay seminar stage. Never would have had that in my other career, but Mary Kay makes sure that we feel like Cinderella and feel like a winner. I joined for the reasons in the top right corner. I wanted some extra shoe money and some prizes. This is the only reason I joined. I thought it'd be a lot of fun, but over time, quite a bit of time actually, 32 years in the business, Mary Kay has brought me so much more. Down in the left corner, the very bottom left corner, you'll see my husband. He was actually in my starter kit. His sister was my customer, and I would ask for referrals for people to be hostesses or team members. And I also happened to mention that I was single, and if you referred me to a nice Christian guy and it ended up in a date, I'd have a free lipstick for you. And my husband was one of those referrals. So he was actually in my starter kit. Those are my children, Jade and Tanner. And I love the freedom and the flexibility to be a work from home mom. You know, you never really know, none of us know what the future holds for us, but God does. And I believe that he brought Mary Kay into my life because about, is it 9 or 10 years now? I've lost track. My daughter was diagnosed with cancer when she was age 9. And so that would have been 10 years ago. And I was so grateful that I was the work at home mom and had the freedom to take Jade to all of her doctor appointments and treatments and to help her stay caught up in school. Because I made that choice 32 years ago just to give Mary Kay a try for the shoe money and the prizes, I was there when my daughter needed me most. She's great, by the way. She's a healthy, off to college in the fall young lady. Who's been brought up like Tanner in a Mary Kay home with a lot of positivity and seeing their mom set goals and reach them, set goals and miss them, and wipe myself off, dust myself off, and get back out there and work again. So a lot of times it's those things that are caught in our example to our children, even more so than the things that we actually sit down and teach them. I'm the business advisor, the trainer, and the cheerleader, as is Teresa, for more than 100 women around the nation, and we support them as they build successful businesses. So Mary Kay has brought me a lot of shoe money and prizes, but it's also brought me recognition, self-confidence, flexibility. I think it's 18 career cars now, tax breaks, freedom to be my own boss, and a husband. So we love the choices that Mary Kay can bring you, whether you do it on a small scale or a large scale. We are here for you, and we love for you to ponder pink and appreciate you peeking into pink with us this morning. Does anybody have any questions about that at this point that they'd like to ask? Just raise your hand or unmute yourself. Anything I forgot, Teresa?
No, I think that what we should do for the guests that are on here is give them a couple of questions that they can give the answers back to their consultant, because they are going to get a gift from the consultant for being on with us today. And again, thank you for being a gift to us for sharing this morning with us. But first question I would like for them to kind of ponder is, what impressed you the most about this morning? And about what Susan shared about our fabulous opportunity. What impressed you the most? Maybe something that you weren't aware of. And another thing for you to think about, because I think some people go, oh, I could never do that. But you know, gosh, this business fills so many parts for so many women, whether it's you're looking like Susan for some extra shoe money, or to hang around positive women who lift you up, or to be in a Christian organization, to find balance and learn a little bit more about yourself and how to be a better mother, wife, girlfriend, friend, business person, whatever. So what would you be bringing to the table? Why would you be good at Mary Kay? That's question number 2. And question number 3 is, in all of this, what do you think about? What's your interest level on a scale of 1 to 10? And you can't say 5 because that's sitting on the fence. So, because we'd love to, we just, like Susan said, we want to make sure that when we're in your space, that you know why we love what we do. And, we love sharing the products We love sharing this opportunity, and we love hanging out with our girlfriends on Saturday morning. So anyway, those are the 3 questions. What impressed you the most? Why would you be good at Mary Kay? And what's your interest level on a scale of 1 to 10? Anything else? Anybody else have any questions, thoughts, comments as we close down and begin the rest of our Saturday?
Thanks, everybody. This was a lot of fun. I'm loving our Saturday mornings together. Consultants, don't forget on Monday nights, we have our Pink Link trainings from 8:30 to 9. And that's just one more tip we should tell our guests, that we do train you. We do Zoom calls on Monday evenings for 30 minutes, specifically targeted toward our new gals. Make sure that they feel confident and know their first steps in the business. So thank you, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.
Bye.